Hey everyone, welcome. We're about to dive into a word we hear almost every day, democracy. And I'm willing to bet that most of us think we've got it figured out. But what if the simplest, most common definition you've ever heard is actually a complete myth? Let's dig in. Sound familiar? I mean, you've heard this a million times, right? Maybe you've even said it yourself. Democracy? Oh, that's easy. Majority rules. The winners get to call the shots, and the losers, well, better luck next time. It's so simple it could fit on a bumper sticker. But today, we're going to take that simple idea and really put it to the test. Yeah, what if that neat and tidy definition is not just a little off, but fundamentally wrong? What if it misses the whole point of what makes a democracy, well, work? Stick with me here, because we're about to bust a pretty big bubble and find something way more interesting, and honestly, way more hopeful underneath. Okay, section 1, the majority rule myth. So let's get right to the heart of it. Is democracy really just a math problem where 51% gets to tell the other 49% what to do, no questions asked? I mean, when you put it like that, is that real democracy? Or is it something else? Something a little more like mob rule. Let's break this down with something super simple. Imagine a classroom. It's lunchtime and everyone gets to vote on what to eat. 60% of the class, they're pizza lovers. They vote for pepperoni pizza. Awesome for them. But what about the other 40%? You've got vegetarians, kids with gluten allergies. In a pure majority rules world, they vote for pizza every single day. So what happens to that 40%? They just don't eat? That doesn't sound right, does it? That's not a fair system. And that right there gets to the absolute heart of it. A truly healthy democracy isn't just about making the majority happy. It's actually about building a system with guardrails, with protections, specifically to make sure the minority doesn't get steamrolled. It's about making sure everyone, not just the biggest group, gets a voice. So how do you actually do that? How does a real democracy stop what people have called the tyranny of the majority? Well, the answer is pretty cool, actually. It doesn't happen by magic. It happens by design. And here's the toolkit. Real democracies have all these built-in safeguards. You've got constitutions that lay down fundamental rights that, no simple majority can just vote away. You've got independent courts that act like a referee when things get heated. Then there's stuff like federalism, which is just a fancy way of saying we don't put all our eggs in one basket. Power is shared. And even policies like affirmative action, which are designed specifically to lift up groups that have been pushed to the sidelines. These aren't glitches, people. These are the features. And this chart just lays it out so clearly. Look at the difference. Over here, you've got mob rule. The 51% calls all the shots. No checks, no balances. Minority voices? Gone. But over on this side, in a real democracy, yeah, the 51% leads, but, and this is a huge but, they lead with guardrails with checks and balances. The minority voices don't just get a platform, they are protected. Okay, let's bring this home to you. Right now, think about your favorite hobby. I don't care what it is, playing video games, knitting, collecting stamps, whatever. Now what if, for some crazy reason, 51% of the country decided they didn't like it, and they just voted to ban it? Poof, it's illegal. That's a terrifying thought, isn't it? And that is why all those safeguards we just talked about aren't just some boring textbook stuff. They are the very things that protect your right to be you. All right, time to bust another myth. This is a big one. The idea that democracy is a zero-sum game. Winner take all. One side wins, gets all the power, and the other side just loses and has to sit in the corner until the next election. Well, I'm here to tell you that's just not how it works in a lot of places. So check out this chart. On the one hand, you've got the winner-take-all system. One party wins, boom, they get 100% of the power. But look at the other bar. That's a system called proportional representation, which is used in countries like Germany. And the idea is, well, it's pretty simple, actually. If your party gets, say, 10% of the votes, you get about 10% of the seats in government. And what does that mean? It means that even the small parties, the ones that represent a minority view, don't just vanish. They get a seat at the table. They have a real voice. And that leads to something really interesting, a coalition government. See, when you have all these different parties with seats, it's pretty rare for one single party to get over 50%. So what do they have to do? They have to team up. They have to form alliances with the smaller parties to get anything done. And that forces them to do something amazing. Compromise. They have to actually listen to other ideas and work together. You know what? I absolutely love this analogy. Think about it like a potluck dinner. In that winner-take-all system, it's like the person who brought the giant turkey gets to decide the entire menu for everyone. But in a coalition system, it's a true potluck. Every party brings their best dish to the table, their best ideas. And then you combine them to make a full, amazing meal. Nobody gets left out, everyone gets to contribute, and more importantly, everyone gets to eat.
Okay, so let's get down to the so what. Why does any of this matter? Because we're not just talking about politics here. This goes way deeper. This is about the very fabric of a healthy, functioning society.
Here's the big takeaway, the one thing I really want you to remember. We all win when different voices get to be heard. We actually get smarter, better solutions when ideas are allowed to clash and compete and evolve. That friction, that's not a bad thing. That's the engine of progress. That's where the magic happens.
And this quote just nails it. Democracy isn't a zero-sum game. It's a team effort where the majority leads but minorities steer too. I love that imagery. Think about it. Sure, the majority might have its foot on the gas pedal, but the minority voices, they have a hand on the steering wheel. They help keep the car on the road, preventing it from veering into a ditch. You need both. All right, so now it's your turn. Your turn to steer. Because this whole idea, it's not just for presidents and prime ministers. This is something you can apply right now, today, in your job, in your neighborhood, maybe even at your own dinner table. So I'm going to leave you with this one question to take with you. Think about your community, your workplace, your circle of friends. Who isn't being heard? Whose voice is being drowned out? And my question to you is, how can you be the one to amplify that minority voice today? Because building a real democracy, it starts right there, with us. Thank you.